Good morning. My name is Timothy Osaho. In this series, I will be sharing tips on how you can position for employment in uncertain times. When times are tough, mass layoff happen in almost every industry. But what do you do if you are a recent graduate looking for your first job? And how can you also find a job when those around you are getting laid off? Your first job search after graduation is hard enough without dealing with hiring freezes and even high unemployment rate. You need to prove your value or market yourself to an employer with limited to no experience under your belt. Even before that, it can be incredibly challenging just trying to get your resume into the hands of the hiring manager. Needless to say, too, the global health crisis today has affected the economy and our nation's workforce in an unprecedented way. You need, you may find yourself in a stressful situation, whether that's due to an unexpected layoff or the need to adjust to working from home. As we adapt to a new normal and even states start to partially reopen, you want to use this time wisely to position yourself for career success in what will inevitably become a competitive job market. While you are social distancing, you want to leverage these tips to improve your job prospects in these uncertain times. The first point you want to consider is to stay calm. There is a statement of strength I draw from Brian Tracy. He says that between you and every goal that you wish to achieve, there is a series of obstacles, and the bigger the goal, the bigger the obstacles. The COVID-19 pandemic that we are currently experiencing is one of those obstacles that has affected many to even achieve their focus or goal for the year. But you want to try to focus on what you can do right now instead of stressing about circumstances that are simply out of your control. It has been observed that when we are in a panic or chaotic mindset, we often don't think clearly and make rash decisions out of a feelings of desperation. So it may be easier said than done, but remember that the situation we are going through is temporary. You want to maintain a positive mindset. You want to focus on activities that helps you display an optimistic view of life and situation. Another point you want to consider is you need to take your time to reflect. You want to have a firm understanding of where you want to, go, and so you don't start climbing up a ladder only to realize that it's leaning against the wrong wall. Now is the optimal time for you to pause and reflect on where you want to take your career moving forward. You can ask yourself questions like, were you truly happy in your most recent role? What does your ideal job look like? Are you leveraging your strongest skill set? If money weren't a factor, what would you like to be doing? With every opportunity I have personally as an individual, I share available jobs on LinkedIn, either LinkedIn or even WhatsApp status. Many reach out to say that they want a job. So I ask them, which type of job do you want? Majority of them say any, because of the situation around us today. You need to be able to identify your strengths, your skills, what knowledge or abilities you have. This will help you position yourself for a job or a career path. Another aspect you want to consider is you want to prepare your resume. Looking for a job can seem like a daunting task. First, you have to update your resume. Then you need to keep track of follow-ups. Then trying to make your past experience applicable to the job market. It doesn't have to be difficult if you know what skills you need to stay competitive in this digital age. Many recruiters are looking for candidates with knowledge in business leadership, Excel, data analysis, coding, and even marketing. For example, the Excel I mentioned earlier on, it's a must-have skill to stay competitive in today's world. How about managerial skills? Employers know that managerial skills make for a more effective leader. So you want to become a problem-solving leader or take a learning course in business leadership and how to develop managerial competencies. This can equip you to build your managerial skills, motivate a team, and even much more. Another aspect you want to consider is data analysis. You can also consider skills in data analytics, which helps you evaluate and interpret previous and current data into useful charts, trends, and even presentations to help businesses arrive on better decisions and actions. This valuable skill is sure to attract all the top decision makers in a company, and you can actually learn it. How about basic coding skills? Is another skill that can help you stay attractive in this job market. And more workplace become dependent now on technology. So even if you are in marketing, it helps you communicate project needs and feedback with developers. How about marketing? For marketing, this new digital landscape that we have around now has every business going online to reach their clients. You want to try and learn how to effectively reach a targeted audience through adverts on Facebook, WhatsApp, Google, YouTube, and more. Due to high level of uncertainty, the job market will likely become significantly more competitive as we recover from the current economic crisis, making it important that your resume is top notch. If you are submitting your resume or CV through a job board or company website, there is a chance that your resume is being run through the applicant tracking system. This is the software that many organizations today are using to read and rank CVs that come in. The higher the ranking, the better the chance your resume will be seen by a pair of human eyes. So those that don't think or don't get a high rank, they fall into the black hole. So the question is, how can you ensure that your resume or your CV gets past this applicant tracking system? Some of the points you want to consider includes you want to make sure that these ATS can read your resume. You want to ensure that your resume is saved in the right format. Not every ATS can read documents in Microsoft Word, either with file extensions like doc, that is DOC, or docx, which is docx format. So you want to save your document or your CV as a PDF. You want to also help these ATF identify sections and information. Those sections you should focus on include your headlines, your experience summary, your work history, your education, and even any additional experience. You want to avoid information like your age, your sex, state of origin, marital status, etc., as they may serve as bias when your CV lands on the recruiter's desk. Another factor you want to also consider regarding your resume or your CV is you want to list the most appropriate keywords in your CV. The exact list of keywords an employer enters to the ATS system varies, but you can figure out appropriate keywords by looking at the job description. You will notice certain keywords that come up over and over again. There may also be certain terminology that defines the work of your profession. You want to utilize those words in context on your resume. It is unfortunate to note that in this digital world, the applicant tracking system have made job seeking more difficult. So you need to make sure your resume gets through these important filters. And to also help you stand out from similar applicants, you need to create an achievement-based resume that highlights how you added value to each organization you are a part of. Even if jobs are in short supply at the moment, getting your job application material ready now will enable you to hit the ground running as soon as the economy picks back up. How about LinkedIn profile? This is another tool you want to actually concentrate on. Given that we will be social distancing to some extent for the foreseeable future, much of your networking will likely take place online. So if you are not particularly active on LinkedIn, now is a great time to update your profile and start engaging. You may want to consider writing an article, sharing relevant content, or even commenting on posts from others. You can also reach out to your network. It has been observed that the most effective way to land interviews and job offers is through personal connections. There's nothing to be embarrassed about if you lost your job recently. However, be sure to take advantage of the time you have available to reconnect with friends and colleagues instead of isolating yourself. Doing so will make you happier, and you never know what opportunities they might be able to connect you with. Even if you are currently employed, there is no harm in being proactive. You want to be intentional with your networking. It is very important to note that your network is your net worth, and over 80% of all jobs today are gotten via referral. So you need to utilize the connections you have made on LinkedIn, in your university, in your past internship or employment to get your foot in the door some way. It's always easier to get a job when you have been referred internally by someone who always worked at the company. It's not enough just to ask your connections about any employment opportunity they know about, though. You need to be intentional with your networking, or your job search will feel aimless. You want to build a list of companies you would like to work for so you can focus your efforts in those areas. This is your interview bucket list. All the companies you would love to work for that hire for your skill set. Creating this list is going to help you focus your job search in terms of who you need to network with, who you need to reach out to, who you need to start to connect with in order to find the job opportunities you want. And you want to remember one thing, that you are not asking them for a job. You are asking them for information that will help you land an interview. Another aspect you want to consider in this uncertain time is internship role. It can either be paid internship, it can be low paid internship, it can even be unpaid internship. Even when there are not mass layoffs going on, getting an internship after you graduated can be a very strategic move for your career. So if you are struggling to find a job right out of university, considering applying for an internship position, preferably you want a paid internship. But if a lot of companies are laying off employees, ask if they have an unpaid opportunity or unpaid internship. You won't get paid, but you will gain a lot of experience. And if the internship goes well, they may offer you a full-time position after a few months of hard work and proving yourself as a valuable employee. At the end of the day, experience is what will set you apart in the current job market, because it gives you the ability to develop your skills and show how you made or save an organization money. This is something that every employer will want to hear when you interview with them. It is key to be aware too that searching for employment can be a full-time job, but these are a few skill sets you should invest your time into. You'll reach your maximum potential as a job candidate with any combination of these skills. And I hope that these tips will help you write and format your resume to get it past the ATS, that is the applicant tracking system, and into the hands of the recruiter. It's funny too that school teaches you everything except how to get the job. So no matter how competitive or destructive the job market may be, recent graduates, laid off employees can stand out to employers with these aforementioned tips that I spoke about. And conclusively, friends, never look down on yourself. Keep looking up. Remember that broken crayon still colors. You want to keep pushing, be positive, be optimistic. You never can tell how close you are to your goal. Thank you for listening. More series will be coming up and be sharing with you, friends. Thank you, and keep on staying safe.